I'm Tamika, and this is Pretty Critical. Today we're talking about ultra skinny celebrities and the ethics of publicly discussing their weight loss. Now this is a super sensitive topic, I know. So if it's going to upset you or if it's going to trigger negative eating patterns for you, you know yourself best. And if that's you, pick a different video, please. That being said, of course, I'm not going to share photos of super skinny celebs in this video. I think it puts an unfair onus on people who are struggling, and it can be really triggering for other people to see images like that. So you don't have to worry about that, but if you still think the video is not for you, then it's not for you. But I don't even have to post the photos. These images circulate everywhere. Stills from movies, on celeb gossip websites, on Reddit, on Twitter, on TikTok, and then sadly, in these online eating disorder communities, it's so visible, so ever-present that I personally believe we don't just have the right to discuss it, but the responsibility. And I know that's controversial, but here's why. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you feel the same, but it feels like everyone's talking about weight all of the time these days, me included. Like on social media, in real life, the rise of GLP-1s, it started this nationwide discussion around weight loss, and it feels like everyone's getting on one. So then people start to talk about if they should get on one too. And then there are all these questions people are discussing, are like, are there long-term or debilitating symptoms? Are they worth it anyway? Could they trigger disordered eating patterns in some people? Is this about health? Is it about aesthetics? And then of course there's people on the other side saying, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, I don't want to hear anything negative about it. And while there are studies that GLP-1s can benefit people in a whole host of ways, not just weight loss, that's where everyone has their attention. That's where we're looking. But despite all this discussion around weight loss, there's still one arena where people fight tooth and nail against open, honest conversation, and that's when it comes to their favorite celebrities. Suddenly, weight is taboo. It's forbidden to talk about. Celebrity stans, if you don't know what those are like their super fans. They're obsessed. Obsessed with a certain celebrity, they will defend them at all costs. It's like the celeb is their parasocial best friend, their supreme leader, their god, like it's crazy. But those stans will join ranks, they'll mobilize across the internet, and they're like, don't talk about women's bodies, you're skinny shaming, mind your business. And the message they're trying to push is really clear. They're saying, you can't be a feminist, you're not supporting women if you point out what's right in front of you, like what we're all seeing, which is the gauntness in some celebrities' faces, the bones poking out of their backs, but like, don't mention it. And look, I think we all like to think of ourselves as empathetic people, and we all want to try our best to be that. And you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to hurt people or contribute to a culture where women's bodies are constantly torn apart, they're critiqued, they're offered up for public consumption. The actress Jameela Jamil, she was in The Good Place, and she's kind of known for being really vocal about feminism and body image. She's kind of an example of this. The backstory is that a TikTok creator made a video wanting to know why Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, they're like always crying during their promo for the movie Wicked.
The cast of Schindler's List and 12 Years a Slave didn't act this traumatized after filming, so what happened on the set of Wicked? Why are they all crying? All the time. Were they doing some weird cult ritual and accidentally kill a munchkin? Are they trauma bonded over that now? What is going on? Every one of those cast members needs a dose of lithium with a side of fries.
Jameela left this comment under the video saying, I cry when I'm hungry, as a way of explaining why they're always crying. And last I checked, it had 123.6 thousand likes on TikTok. But across social media and in the comments of articles, people are really torn. You know, Jameela has had an eating disorder herself, so she's speaking from a place of experience. Still, a lot of people felt like it was really insensitive to blast them, and I'm torn too. Like I said, like we should be talking about this, but maybe in a way that's not so blunt. I don't know, like I think that I would have maybe said that in a text to a friend, but phrased it differently online where there's a platform, like who knows? But to me, saying not eating causes emotional distress and dysregulation, it sounds a little less flippant, maybe a little more respectful of what they're going through. However, saying not to talk about celebs getting very skinny at all, that's one of those things that sounds like it's the only respectful option, but it's missing a lot of nuance. So many young women, and even older women, like people forget about them. Like so many women of all ages look to celebrities as this barometer of what to look like, because they're held up as the pinnacle of beauty, and they do play into it. It's part of the reason they're famous in the first place, and it's part of how they make their money, realistically. They do beauty campaigns, they share their beauty and exercise routines when they're doing promo, and you hear the underlying message, which is, you should try to look like me. You'll probably fall short, because I'm special, but you should be trying. So then when celebrities start shrinking before our very eyes, becoming bony and frail, and then there's no questioning of it, then the underlying message becomes, this is fine, this is normal. This is actually better than fine. It's still the archetype of what you should strive for. There are definitely little hints and signs in people's behavior, but you can't just look at someone and tell on looks alone who has an eating disorder. There are other disorders, other diseases that can change your body. But how likely is it that everyone's got that all across Hollywood? Realistically, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. A lot of celebrities do have eating disorders, and it's really disingenuous to pretend otherwise. But even when they don't have eating disorders and they may be sick from something else, it's important that the message that women are getting is, this look is the result of illness. It's not something to strive for. We don't have to say which illness. We don't have to say it's unattractive, and we shouldn't. Like, shame can be really cruel, and it's often not a motivating force. No one's gonna get better just because you yell at them or you say they look bad. I mean, you also don't have to say that they're doing something wrong by living publicly with an illness. Like, they can go outside. They can still do their jobs. But we do millions of women a disservice when we pretend that nothing is going on. That every iteration of celebrity is something to model your behavior and your image off of. It's just, that's not how we should be moving forward. Undernourishing yourself is hell on your body and your mind. And I look at celebs like that and I hope they find peace. And that's why I feel like one of the most pressing issues we have is to make sure that other people aren't enticed to do the same, that they don't fall into the same trap. And honestly, I think that starts with having the conversation. Let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps it to get more people watching, to circulate it, to help the channel. And if you like commentary on beauty, fashion, culture, finance, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.